Hello, my name is Bill Robinson, and I'm a guitar player. I do some songwriting and guitar playing. I'm not an expert by any means, but I play at church and jam with friends and that, but I've never been in a band or anything of that nature. Recently, I got interested in working on some guitars, mainly because I had one that needed some work, and it was an older guitar, relatively cheap model, and I thought, what the heck, I'll see if I can fix it. And I messed around with it and got it working pretty good. And then I was offered a 1957 Regal guitar made by the Harmony Company in Chicago in about 1957. This is the headstock. I don't know if it probably doesn't show up real well, but it says on there, right on it, Regal and made in Chicago, and it doesn't give the year, of course, but everything I was able to find out about it, narrow it down. There is a number inside, and I think it was 851 if I remember right, but I can't remember exactly for sure. But judging from the years that they made the guitars, it was only a few years. It was made about 1957. The guitar was a mess. It was falling apart literally. I mean, the back was coming off of it. The front was separating. The neck was loose. The tuners and everything were all rotted, rusted really bad. I attempted to clean them up, but it was a waste. I couldn't get them straightened out. So maybe if I had a better shop, I could have done it, but I couldn't. So anyway, I took the guitar. I said, I'll take it. I'll try it, and I brought it home, and I literally took it completely apart, basically. I didn't take the front completely off because it was only loose in a couple spots. So I glued it, and the rest of it was really solid. It didn't need anything. It was a little warped around the F holes. I can show them here, the F holes. They were curled way in. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying, but they were just, curled in. So I was able to straighten them out some, but I was reluctant to go too far with it because I didn't want to crack them off or break them. So this section right here is still curled down somewhat. I was afraid if I spent, did too much to it that I would break it off, so I stopped at that point, and it looks fine. It's not perfect, but it looks good. So had one crack on the back. If I can show it, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right here. And I think there was another crack right here. It's a very short, small crack, and it's right at the block here. So it was pretty stable, but I did glue it from the backside and the other crack as well. Neck was relatively good shape. It had a bow in it. It was bowed up. I don't know. I don't know how to do millimeters. Maybe an eighth of an inch, 3/16 of an inch of a bow in it. From here to here, it was in the middle, bowed. I was able to straighten that out. I heated, I steamed it. Well, not steam, but I used moisture and heat and clamps and straightened it out. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of that, so or a video of doing that part. I didn't think of it, I think, at the time. So, but I did some work on the frets. I crowned them and polished them up a little bit, but not a lot. It didn't need much. They were actually pretty decent. And I'm not a luthier to the point where I do frets. That's next. I've got one guitar that definitely needs frets, so it's an older guitar, not very expensive. So I'm willing to spend a little bit of time and money to learn to refret, and that's how I'll learn. I'll do it myself. I'll buy the tools and do it. So I'll put new hardware on it, as you can see. I would like to. I think would like to order a new bridge, because this one, the grooves are real deep, and it's the original bridge, and as far as I can tell, I guess, and just over the many years, it just wore grooves really deep. So, and I left the original nut There was nothing wrong with it. It's plastic, but it does the job, and I didn't go to the expense of putting a bone or a tusk nut on it. I really like the inlays on it. You can see the inlays. I looked online and I really could not find a Regal with these inlays, even out of the ones that came out of the Harmony shop. And although they had some similar, but not exactly like this, so I'm not sure about that. So um, anyway, that's the crux of the story on the guitar and what I did. And I'm gonna follow this video up with some photographs and a final short video. So just to give you a basic idea of what I did. And by the way, I don't have Luthier tools, so I don't have the fancy clamps or any of that. I do have clamps, but I don't have the ones that they sell as Luthier clamps. But I watched several videos online and luthiers that were using clamps just like the ones I use. So um, I I guess I did okay. So, but I do have some tools that are Luthier, like for the crowns and for um, grooving the nut and stuff like that. I do have a couple of those kinds of things, but I do not by any means have, you know, diamond cutter crowning tools and all that kind of stuff. I'm not to that point. So anyway, I did it with just plain old hand tools, and I've worked with wood in the past. I was a carpenter and a rebuilder, and I made cabinets and things like that. So this was, you know, not easy, but I did do it. So uh, anyway, that's it for this video and part of it, and I'll add the other stuff after this on this same video. So now how do I stop it? Push the button. Okay, so working on this Regal, made sometime around 1955, began my guess. So it's about 70 years old, 70, 68, 70, 72. I rebuilt the box, had to put all new bracing in it. Probably not exactly how the factory would do it, but I did it my way, I guess. But I got the neck set and anchored and braced, and I set it in hide glue. Hopefully that's going to hold. It was harder than I thought it would be. It took a lot for me to get it lined up and get it to hold. So
anyway, that's where I'm at with it. I guess we'll know tomorrow. This is the Regal guitar I spent about a week and a half, 2 weeks working on. Took it all apart and rebuilt it because it was a mess. It was all warped and water damaged. And, I've got a matte nitrocellulose finish put on it. I could use another coat of lacquer, I guess, but I kind of like it looking kind of aged. So I think I'll leave it alone. I think I like it.